Helmut Marko was in a remarkably good mood today. I visited him after FP2, and the first thing he said to me was, "This was one of the best Fridays we've had in a while." And that's optimism I personally haven't seen with Red Bull in a really long time. So that's positive. He did say the new regulations, as we stand now, they've not done much in terms of changing the order. He said that the car is really balanced this weekend, which is something we know hasn't really happened recently. And also, what is important to know, the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya is obviously a circuit that we know really well, so they can just hit the ground running. And as we've seen, it's actually been working. Tsunoda will be having a more difficult weekend, said Dr. Helmut Marko, because obviously he had the crash 2 weeks ago in Imola, big damage, and we're in a triple header. That means we don't actually have that many parts for the car. So Yuki is actually running a different car than Max this weekend.
We've had a rare media appearance with Flavio Briatore.
Yeah, it was complete and utter chaos. The mayhem kind of started when Flavio got a question about the future of Mick Schumacher with Alpine. Could he be returning to Formula One in 2026 or 2027? Yeah, that kind of gave Flavio a mental error because he didn't understand where that question came from. He just didn't want to answer the question. So then Horner said, yeah, but is he joining the team or is he not? Flavio said, I don't want to answer this question. Next. So next up, Christian Horner gets a question. Is Hajar ready to make the step? Will he get the chance? What's going to happen? And Christian said, yeah, I think I want to take a page out of Flavio's book and say, I don't want to answer this one. Next question. And then we spoke about the rumor about Christian Horner potentially joining Ferrari as their new team principal. He said, my Italian is probably as bad as Flavio's English, so that wouldn't have worked. And I can tell you the entire media center was just laughing the entire time.
We've had Fred Vasseur having to defend Hamilton and Riccardo Adami, his race engineer.
Yeah, so it's really interesting what's happening there. We asked Lewis about it yesterday in the media session, and Lewis said, yeah, we're going to have our moments, but we're fine. Nothing's going on, and yeah, we're just going to keep working together. So everyone thought, that's it. Until we woke up this morning to a rumor from the Daily Mail saying that Ricciardo is actually only staying until they find a replacement. And who is one of the people allegedly being watched for that seat? Bono, his old race engineer from Mercedes. It's a bit, he said, she said, obviously Hamilton's already said everything's fine, he's staying, but we all know in Formula One that doesn't mean anything. I've heard so many times we're not going to swap those drivers, and the next weekend they were swapped.